everyday life, from the significant to the petty. Time now for Christy Gustafson Barletti on 107.7 GNA.
The KGB, Gusta Rhymes, the Golden Goose. It's the content queen, Christy Gustafson Barletti. You can read her blogs from the Times Union and also check out her incredible columns in the newspaper. Good morning, Christy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
Hello.
Very, very good. So we're going to talk about why it's okay to not always be the most generous person.
It is, yeah. So a local guy had posted to Facebook about how he got stuck in one of those pay it forward chains at Starbucks at the drive-thru one morning, and he decided to break the chain. He said, you know what? I don't want to pay for the person behind me. I'm done. Thank you to the person in front of me, but I'm not going to go any further. And then he posted about it and said, I felt a little guilty because the woman at the drive-thru window basically said, come on, keep it going. This has been going for many cars. And we got talking about how important is it to keep that going? Should you feel obligated or should you feel guilty? Or is it more about doing it out of the goodness of your heart because you just want to do something nice for the person behind you?
Wow, yeah, that's a good one. I've never been hung up in one of those chains. I know. Have you, Chrissy?
I've started them. But I've never never been in the middle of one.
How do you know it became a chain? How do you know it wasn't just one person?
If I've come back, they usually say
okay.
They usually say that went for 16 cars. It was our best day.
You go back and check up on your chain?
But no,
That's like Christy goes back through to see how well it did.
No, I frequent the place, so a couple days
How's my chain
later.
do?
16 times to just keep it going.
No, a couple days later, I'll go back to get whatever I get from that place.
I would.
And they
Chrissy,
say it.
don't be.
No, I
don't
do
let
not
them bully
check
you.
up on it.
Don't let this one bully
I'm
you.
not Brian. I don't check up on it.
I would check up on the chain.
I do not.
100%.
I just so happen to want coffee again in the middle of the day.
In 2 minutes, I just came back. I was like, let me get more coffee. Oh, it's still going.
Here's
I
the thing.
get caught in my own chain and I have to pay again.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Christy. I think there definitely is a lot of pressure, just from the universe, not necessarily, the person taking your money, but
Right.
the universe tells you that if you're the person that breaks it, you're the bad person, you disrupted everybody's good mood, and that's getting out of hand. Paying it forward should just be pay it.
Yes.
Just pay. If you want to pay for one person.
Yeah, like a breakfast for someone that you saw somewhere.
But don't you think, Christy, that people are made to feel guilty for not keeping a chain going, and there's just more and more pressure to do so?
I do, and you know what I think one of the interesting things is I know you don't spend a lot of time on Facebook, Brian, but I know Chrissy and Jess use Facebook, and if you notice, several times a week people will post about this. Either, I did this today and I'm awesome and feel great about it, or I was on the receiving end of it and I feel really good. So I almost feel like that adds another layer because people feel like they need to then either boast about doing it or talk about being on the receiving end. And then other people feel like they have to get wrapped up in it because you're not, this guy posted to Facebook about it, but in general, you're not going to post, I didn't want to be part of that. Because, people then feel like they look bad and nobody wants to look bad on social media.
A lot of your readers had opinions. Maybe they've been a part of different pay it forward.
Yeah.
Money laundering schemes.
You know what bothered people, and I agree with this because I'm very frugal, and I do think that this is a problem, is, so let's say I buy a, $3 hot chocolate or whatever it costs, and somebody pays for that. But then I have to pay for the person behind me, and they're buying for their whole office, and now it costs $20.
Yeah.
I went to that drive-thru to spend $3, not $20.
I've been in the drive-thru and they're usually the cashier who's there says to you, if you say, hey, I want to pay for the car behind me, they'll say, okay, wait, let me see what their total is because I don't want you to, go crazy because you got an iced tea. So they'll usually tell me what their total is and then I'll be like, oh, okay, then that's fine. Or I'll be like, oh, I can't do that. So never mind.
I don't know. I just feel like the random act of kindness gets taken away when you don't know anything about the person behind you.
Right.
I'm more of a, if I'm out somewhere and I see something happening, I want to make an impact on their lives in that moment because something that I saw or they did inspired me. If you see a mom struggling and she's got 2 or 3 kids and she's juggling all these things and maybe it looks like she's had a stressful day, be like, you know what? I've never done this, but I would do it. I'd be like,
but I'll do it, and then I'll go back and make sure that my chain kept going.
In theory. No, but I don't think it needs to be a chain. I think a one-off
Those
is
aren't bad either.
A little bit more important to the person who's doing it.
And I agree with you. That actually happened to me last week. I was in Starbucks. I wasn't having a very good day. I didn't mean to, but I started to tear up at the register. And the cashier and the guy standing next to me, I was just getting a bottle of water and a coffee for my husband. they both offered to pay for me. And I was like, no, that's okay. And the woman's like, it's already done. I hope your day gets better.
Wow.
And it was like, that was so cool because it's not like I was standing there like bawling or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
But they both just took notice of the fact that I was, not having the best time. And they're like, here you go. And it cost, $6? I didn't feel obligated to help the person behind me, but it definitely changed my day. I thought, that was really awesome. They were observant. They were kind. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
But the other side of pay it forward, Sue, you were saying, you want to do it when you see something happening. The other side of that is not knowing what their day is like behind you. And that's really, that's supposed to be the message. Like,
right,
you don't know
because
what
you may end up lifting them and not
through.
even realizing they needed
Exactly. So it's like the blind pay it forward where you're like, you know what, you could have made their day. You might not just made it a little bit extra.
Or you may just annoy them because now they feel like they're stuck in a chain.
That could be.
Pressure.
Christy, this was great. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week, okay?
All right, bye, guys.
All right, thank you.